This was never about at-home test kits. Pharmaceutical firms might be interested in getting their hands on your genetic information. And Wojcicki is becoming a drug dealer for Ozempic. And pharmaceutical firms and marketers might know more about your body than you know about yourself. Genome data. 23andMe is an American personal genomics and biotechnical company based in southern San Francisco, California. The company was founded back in 2006 out in California, and ever since they've been selling these kits left and right, telling you all weird, wacky types of stuff, whether or not your pee smells like asparagus apparently. They'll let you know that if you have the gene for that, or maybe if cilantro tastes like a bar of ivory soap. They let you know these types of things too. But now they let you know more serious medical conditions that could be potentially on your radar, such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and things of that nature. But recently, I still got the sniffles, bro. Hold up, all right? Just bear with me here. Recently, some weird stuff went down back in September, bro, of this year. All of the board of directors, 7 of them, have all left the company at once, leaving a lot of people curious as to like what could be going on. You have this huge biotechnical data company, and every single board member in one day left. And there's been some conspiracies. I'm gonna give you guys my take on it all here. I have some historical data to show you, and I think I know exactly what is going on here. But let's jump right into the story. I'm Peablar, welcome to Peablar TV2. Let's jump right in. All right, so what happened to 23andMe? 23andMe's DNA testing kits got a lot of celebrity buzz in the 2010s, including placement in Oprah's favorite things. Oprah was loving this shit, guys, okay? Just think about how many middle-aged women probably bought these kits after the fact. They're doing great, okay? But let's read on and see what's going on here. Here is the deal. This week, all 7 of the company's independent directors resigned en masse, citing their frustration with the CEO's strategic direction and efforts to take 23andMe private. You know, they are currently a public company, but it's a relatively new thing. Apparently, they went public in 2021, and ever since, they've kind of been struggling a little bit. Back in 2021, when they initially went public, they were valued at, I think, like $2 billion. And Wojcicki here, the CEO of 23andMe, the founder and the one who is presumably leading this in this new direction, quote unquote, she was probably loving life back then. But now they're valued at less than $200 million, which is a 97% decrease. That's gotta be a sore spot for them. So all of these directors left. She apparently wants to take this company private. Let's read what happened here. It's been a rough few years for 23andMe, and especially a rough summer for its high-profile CEO, who has been battling with her board over the future of the company. At the same time, Wojcicki's sister, former YouTube CEO Susan, died last month at 56. Honestly, prayers for the family. A lot went down over there. I'm pretty sure her son also died earlier that year, and then she died. This is probably a lot for Anne, so honestly, my prayers go out to you. This is a lighthearted video, please. Just don't worry about it. 23andMe went public in 2021, jumping on the SPAC trend of the era, when a bunch of companies went public via special purpose acquisition companies. Essentially, a shell company merger that let firms go public in a hurry for investors with a hungry appetite. They're ready to eat, boys, and they've loaded up their plates. Dude, I don't know how my voice even got that deep, bro. I need to go get some Mucinex or something. I swear, bro, I swear. So the stock shot up, briefly valuing the company at $6 billion. I was wrong. I was off by $4 billion, bro. And Wojcicki, there's that, you know, pronunciation. Thank you, CNN. I appreciate it. Wojcicki, who owned 49% of the company, became a billionaire. She became a billionaire like that, bro. Like that. Who wants to be a billionaire? But since then, 23andMe has struggled to find a sustainable business model. Its core consumer product, an at-home DNA testing kit, offers personalized genetic insight that the company can flag potential health risks, likelihood to develop Alzheimer's or certain cancers. The firm's investor page says that 80% of the customers opt in to let their information be used for genetic research and development drug. Now, I want you to remember that because that is like it for this article. That's all it says about that. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later because I did a little digging. I found something from a decade ago and it's shed some light on this whole thing, I think at least. Here's where the main problem envelops, however. Trouble is, once you buy one of these kits and get your results, there's nothing else to do. Like, what are you gonna do? Just browse the website, stare at your results for like 2 hours a day? You know what I mean? You get your results, you're cool, you screenshot it, you're not even using the app anymore. You send it to your friends, you're done. And that's pretty much how it goes. 23andMe has tried to convert one-time buyers into subscribers with a promise to continue feedback and personalized wellness plans. But as Wall Street Journal wrote in January, the company has fallen short on its own subscriber goals. And yeah, I mean, I can imagine, like, that honestly sounds horrible. Like, who would sign up for a 23andMe wellness plan? Like, they just constantly message you stuff based on your DNA. I mean, I don't know. I guess there is a lot of data in your DNA that can tell you about yourself. Maybe they could tell me like, hey, it's Tuesday. You like your coffee with 2 creams? I don't freaking know. But like, that sounds horrible. What are they possibly gonna tell people that I'm going to pay you monthly to let me know? You know what I mean? Meanwhile, 23andMe's drug research, a notoriously expensive and often fruitless business, has also failed to generate significant revenue. So they have like a little drug research area as well. Not doing too hot, to be quite honest. The company is now worth less than $200 million, a more than 97% drop off from its 2021 peak. Last year, it went through several rounds of layoffs. Wojcinski, 51 years old, appears to be casting a wider net in search of revenue. Last month, 23andMe shuttered its internal drug research group. At the same time, it announced that its telehealth platform Lemonade would offer weekly injections of compounded semaglutide, the active ingredient in Wegovy and Ozempic, through a new subscription product, joining a rash of companies trying to profit from the growing popularity of GLP-1 medications for weight loss. So yeah, you heard that right. In an attempt to get more revenue, she's just selling Ozempic now. And Wojcinski is becoming a drug dealer for Ozempic, legally speaking. And they're straight up selling you injectable Ozempic for $49 a month, guys. $49 a month. First off, it's a complete, am I wrong here? Like, look, it's literally linked to the website. I could just click that and I'm on this thing. Whoa, we're on there. And then I click that. Whoa. So it's completely linked directly to their website. And I feel like it's a completely different vertical. Like, it's not like an Alzheimer's, some sort of experimental brain functionality medication for people with Alzheimer's. It's not like something like that or anything. It's just weight loss for $49 a month. You join the membership. Same active ingredients as Ozempic and Wegovy, undergoes an extensive quality check process and prepared by state licensed compound pharmacy. They're probably like, this is the easiest way for our freaking pharmacy to make some money out of this shit. That is probably what they're saying right now. If prescribed, get compounded segment at $2.99 a month? What? I thought it said here $49 a month. Maybe that's a different thing. That's like the more, like, that's the crazy stuff. Like, you get started on the stuff on the top and then you go back to Lemonade and you're like, yo, give me that good stuff, bro. I need it. So that's the vertical that they're in now. And, you know, with this being said, a lot of people are saying that this is the reason all of the board members have left because, you know, it's a completely different shift in the vertical. However, some people, including your boy Peablar here, partially, I want to believe this because it is entertaining. We believe that there is potentially a darker side to 23andMe, and companies like this, they run at a loss for a while, knowing that they're going to break big in the future because there's a grander scheme to it all. This was never about at-home test kits. It was never about losing weight with Ozempic. What it's really about is collecting everybody's personal data. And I mean, this is nothing new. I feel like this is like freaking, what's that dude's face? The guy who got canceled, bro. The guy with the cat. You know who I'm talking about. Shane Dawson. He's done. But he was doing he was saying some shit like this too about, I think it was Ancestry. It may have been 23andMe. But I found an article, okay guys? I found an article from 2013. It's very interesting. It sheds some light on the entire process and how this is going to work. And I think that potentially the board of members just didn't want to go this route. Maybe they weren't ready to enter phase 2, where they start, sending Ozempic to people that they know are going to need it. You know what I mean? It's all planned out. They know what you need, and now they're going to send it to you and create it. It's like Steve Jobs said, people don't know what they want, bro. You have to show them. They have the data to know what you want, and now they can show you. But let's read this. This is from 2013, a little article from scientificamerica.com titled 23andMe is terrifying, but not for the reason you may think. The FDA is worried and looking into 23andMe's business practices because they're not being sold as medical products, so they're not regulated as such. However, they are offering medical insight. So it's like a little bit of a gray area, which is what this the author is talking about here. In this section, they say, but as the FDA frets about the accuracy of 23andMe's tests, it is missing their true function, and consequently, the agency has no clue about the real dangers they pose. The Personal Genome Service isn't primarily intended to be a medical device. It is a mechanism meant to be a front end for a massive information gathering operation against an unwitting public. Sounds paranoid? Consider the case of Google. One of the founders of 23andMe, Anne Wojcicki, is presently married to Sergey, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Sergey Brin, the founder of Google. So they're all interlinked. She's married to the founder of Google. Google's owned by YouTube. YouTube was once owned by her sister. Think about it, guys. Think about it. What does 23andMe want to do with all that data, bro? Right now, the talk is about medical research, right? In fact, the company is doing some interesting work. It has been sifting through all of the genomic database, which is combined with information that volunteers submit about themselves to find possible genetic links to people's traits. The bright light, the sneeze tag is a 23andMe discovery. So that's in reference to if you look at a bright light and you sneeze, that is a certain genetic thing that happens. They can tell you about that, and apparently that was a 23andMe discovery. Damn, I know that. I actually used to have a name for that back in the day with my friends. It was called the Sunny Sneezers. You look at the sun, you sneeze. Anyway, more promising, the 23andMe's attempts to recruit people who are suffering from certain diseases such as Parkinson's and other types of cancers simply through brute force pattern matching. The company has a chance of finding genetic causes of these ailments, which could lead to a way to combat them and perhaps a blockbuster patent or 3. So they're saying they were working directly with these people. They were noticing patterns in DNA and potentially finding identifiers. That's just the beginning though. 23andMe reserves the right to use your personal information, including your genome, to inform you about events and try to sell you products and services. There is a much more lucrative market waiting in the wings too. One could easily imagine how insurance companies and pharmaceutical firms might be interested in getting their hands on your genetic information. The better to sell your products or deny them to you. According to 23andMe's privacy policy, that wouldn't be an acceptable use of data. Although 23andMe admits it will share aggregate information about users' genomes to third parties, it admittedly insists that it will not sell your personal genetic information without your explicit consent. We've heard that one before. Back when Google first launched, they said they weren't going to share data, but they said the exact same verbiage. They would sell aggregate information about user behaviors. I think that they're trying to make the whole argument of, oh, we're not going to say it's specifically you, but we'll say what you're doing online. You know what I mean? And it came out that it's a lot of data. They're collecting a lot of data on us. So why should we believe 23andMe's promises are any more binding? Earlier signs certainly are encouraging, even though 23andMe currently asks permission to use your genetic information for scientific research. The company has explicitly stated that its database sifting scientific work does not constitute research on human subjects. meaning that it is not subject to the rules and regulation that are supposed to protect experimental subjects' privacy and welfare. So they're just saying like, hey, everything that we're testing on, it's not an actual human person, so don't worry, you don't gotta regulate us. This is back in 2013, so things may have changed, but it kind of sheds light on the early business practices of this business and potentially what their like roadmap was. Those of us who have not volunteered to be a part of the grand experiment have even less protection. Even if 23andMe keeps your genome confidential against hackers, corporate takeovers, and the temptation of filthy lucre forever and ever, there is plenty of evidence that there is no such thing as an anonymous genome anymore. So they're saying that this thing is straight up just an identifier for you. So they can kind of like word it any way they want, but realistically, when they're using your DNA, it is yours and it's known. Anybody who's in the field can know, apparently. I guess, I don't know, dude, I'm not in the field. It is possible to use the internet to identify the owner of a snippet of genetic information, and it is getting easier day by day. This becomes a particularly acute problem once you realize that every one of your relatives who spits in a 23andMe vial is giving the company a non-inconsiderable bit of your own genetic information to the company, along with their own. If you have several close relatives who have already done one of these database companies things, then the company already essentially has all the information that they need about you. It is doubtful that 23andMe would be able to protect that information even if it were so inclined. While the FDA concentrates on the questions of whether 23andMe's kits is safe and effective medical device, it is failing to address the real issue: what 23andMe should be allowed to do with the data it collects. 23andMe's personal genome service is much more than a medical device. It is a one-way portal into a world where corporations have access to your innermost contents of your cells, and where your insurers and pharmaceutical firms and marketers might know more about your body than you know about yourself. And as 23andMe warns on its website, genetic information that you share with others could be used against your interests. You should be careful about sharing your genetic information with others. The present company is accepted, of course. And that's the end of the article. As for hacking your genomes and stuff, it happened last year. They had a huge data breach. 6 million users or something got like hacked. But I'm not gonna get into that now because the video has gone on long enough, guys. So do you think that maybe that they're ready to go into phase 2, start making some money because they've been operating at a loss? Or do you think that, you know, Anne is just gonna start selling Ozempic online and the 7 board members were just like, we're out, we're done? Comment down below what you guys think of this whole situation. I like to believe that maybe it's a little crazier than we want to think. I've never taken one of these tests before. I don't know if you have, let me know. But if you want me to do one of these, just say down below. Maybe I'll do a video where I do one and we'll learn about me. Maybe I got some weird gene stuff, bro. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by and watching. If you did truly enjoy it, consider, you know, joining the Peablar Club, bro. We are here 3 times a week, uploading videos, coming straight at you, so make it a part of your weekly schedule. And as for me, I am your boy Peablar. It's been real, guys, and until next time, be well and peace.